Stay tuned so I can show you how I went from this to this doing intermittent fasting and how I lost 14 pounds and 5 inches off of my stomach doing it. So I wanted to come to you and tell you how I was able to lose 15 pounds and 5 inches off of my waist doing intermittent fasting and proper dieting. So I started in January of 2019 with this mission to lose weight. I had a trip I was going on in March of 2019 and I wanted to tone down some. I wanted to lose some weight. I have a child and I've also always had issues in my midsection since I've had my child. So I wanted to lose that, but I knew the only real way to lose it was to also lose weight. Because I knew I couldn't spot train. So I decided to do intermittent fasting. I read up on it, I read articles, I watched several videos, and decided I wanted to do it starting January, beginning of January. The way that I did it was, I did the 16-8. There are multiple different ways that you can do it, but I felt like the 16-8 was better for me. And what that basically is you fast for 16 hours, including while you're asleep, and you're able to eat with an 8-hour window. So in total, in a 24-hour day, you're only eating 8 hours of that day, and your body is fasting the rest of the time. So the way that I did it was I stopped my eating at 8 p.m. and I didn't eat again until 12 p.m. the next day. So I slept, I woke up, went to work, no breakfast, and started eating lunch. And the beginning, let me tell you, was so hard. The first 2 weeks of me doing this, I wanted to quit. I was so hungry because my body wasn't used to it, and I've never done any type of diet like this before. So my body wasn't used to it, and I was just so hungry. After 2 weeks, it did get better. So while I was doing this process, the only thing that I did do during my fasting state was I would drink water, coffee, or tea. Those were the only things. No substance, just liquid, and it was only water, coffee, or tea. Dieting, I completely did a 360 with my dieting. I stopped eating fried foods. I stopped eating fatty foods. I stopped eating any foods that are processed, that are in a box. I stopped completely. I started moving to just eating white meat. So chicken, turkey, I would eat fish. Those were the main 3 meats that I ate. And I would do vegetables and fruits. I drank water, so my water intake did go up. I stopped drinking sweetening drinks. So any juices, sodas, I didn't drink. Now, during this process, I did have days where I diverted or I had something that might have been sweet, but I ate it in moderation. So because I wasn't eating it every single day, it really didn't make that much of a difference in my journey of actually losing weight and toning. So I stayed on my diet. I stayed doing the intermittent fasting. After 2 weeks, my body got used to it, and it was like clockwork. I didn't have any issues not eating breakfast in the morning. It was fine until I ate lunch, and then I would eat lunch, and then I would eat dinner around 6, 7-ish, and I would cut off my fasting at 8. So I only had an 8-hour window to eat. I did that for 2 whole months. By the time I got to 4 weeks, I had lost about 8 to 10 pounds. So I knew it was working, and I was so excited just to see how further I can go with it. So lost 8 to 10 pounds, and I kept doing it and ended up eventually losing losing a total of 15 pounds and 5 inches off my waist. I did also waist train, and I'll also let me know if you guys want a video on how I waist trained and what waist trainer I use. But I did waist train, and that helped tremendously with my waist. I went from a 32-inch waist to a 28-inch waist. So that's a big difference. And even now, I can see it in my clothes. I can see it in my pants because my waist can't hold the pants up anymore. People around me were like, wow, you look so small. And it was a breath of fresh air because I also felt better. Because I wasn't putting all the junk in my body anymore, and I was actually putting great substance in my body, I started feeling better. I could, go up steps, leap up steps with no problem, run up steps with no problem. I would do the treadmill. And that's another thing. I did work out, but it wasn't a set schedule. I did it like here and there at that time. It wasn't something I did all the time. But the intermittent fasting and dieting, the way that I ate and me fasting actually is what helped me get to losing 15 pounds and 5 inches off my waist. And by the time I went on my trip, which is this photo here, my waist was snatched. I was so much smaller. Everybody noticed, like, wow, you're so little now. And most of all, I just felt better. I am now on a journey to try and gain some of it back because I want to be able to tone. It was really for me to lose my stomach and lose some other areas, and so that once I go back in the gym, I can start toning up. So please stay along on my journey so you can see that part as well. If you do have any questions that I did not tackle in this video about intermittent fasting and the way that I did it, please link it down below in the comments. Please let me know your questions, and I'll come back with another video to answer your questions. Also, like, comment, and subscribe so that you will be made aware every time that I post a video. And follow me on social. All of that information is in the description box below. Please also subscribe to my email list. I am giving away a free raw hair ebook. So that would be something I feel like, you might want. And that link is also in the description box. So please go there and put your email in. And stay tuned for more.